Talk about homeschool socialization, no sugarcoating, no gatekeeping. Let's actually be truthful, real about it, and really talk about how it really is. Me, as a homeschool mom, I homeschooled my kids from 4th all the way up through high school. They are now college students. I think there's two aspects to it. First is like socialization, them being out there in the world, getting socialization. Second is actually building long-term friendships and building those strong connections. I want to talk about the hardest one first. So let's talk about building those relationships, because let's be real, homeschool students don't have a large variety of kids. So if you're in a group and they are not clicking with those kids, they are not building those connections, it can be hard. If you're in a group where they are connecting with the kids, oh, it's a breeze. It's so easy. It is a breeze. For us, my experience with my kids, with those 9 years that we were homeschooling, is that it ebbs and flows. There are times where, or seasons, let's call them seasons. There are seasons when, yeah, your homeschool group has a ton of kids that your kids are connecting with. Great. But what about those years where there's not a lot of kids that they're connecting with? You don't have a large variety of kids. So they don't get to build those strong connections and friendships and relationships. Yeah, they might have from like 2 years before or the year before they built connections with friends, but maybe those friends moved away. Maybe they went back to school. And so they don't have the proximity anymore. So they don't have that interaction. Because think about it, school, public school, private school, whatever, kids that actually go to school, it's the proximity. They're with those kids every single day. They're doing it. Where homeschool kids, they don't have that. And so to me, that is the hardest part of the socialization. The other part, where you see the videos or people talk about like, oh, they get enough socialization. Absolutely. Homeschool kids, they can talk to adults all the way down kids that are actually younger than them. I have always found that they are very well spoken because you socialize them. You go to homeschool events, they have their art class, their music class, their sports that they're into, their gymnastics, whatever it is. They go do all of that stuff. So yeah, they're being socialized in that aspect. But the question that I pose to all of you, how do you deal with that? And do you have that problem? Because I don't think we're the only family that had that problem. I bet there's a lot, but people like to make it sound like, oh, it's so easy. Yeah, it's easy having your child go and be social and learn how to interact with people. But building those strong connections when they don't have a large variety of kids to meet and that they are around because of proximity, that is the real question.